Good morning, everyone. Good evening and good afternoon to viewers from all walks of life. This is Denzemos, and you're welcome to the channel of truth, enlightenment, freedom, and the channel of breaking empath free. If you are new on this channel, I talk about narcissism and narcissistic abuse. I talk about spirituality. I talk about personal and self-development. And if that's what resonates with you, I invite you guys to join us, give us a like, share this video with friends, and you may subscribe if you haven't already. And for those that have always been with us, you are welcome back, and I thank you for your love and support. Now, this is the video for the empaths who have most likely gotten into a new relationship. Everything looks too good to be true. Everything looks unreal. Everything is unbelievable. You are hoping that you have met the one. Now, it can go two ways. You might actually have met the one, okay? But a lot of empaths, for some reason, they have found themselves entangled with narcissists for decades. And usually, many of them have realized the abuse and they have been trying to get away, but for some reason, they feel like they're in some kind of a trap, okay? They don't have the means to get away, they don't know what to do, and they don't know how to do it. However toxic that relationship could have been, for example, you could have guys been dating, let's say, maybe a year or two, and for some reason you feel like you cannot stand this person. You are trying to get away. It's impossible. Everything you do is not working. The narcissist has set you in a trap. Now, for the most of us who have walked that journey, we know how this whole thing started. And in this video, I want to share with you guys the ways that the narcissist will trap you in a relationship or entanglement to make it very difficult for you to leave them. Because at the end of the day, they know you are at some point going to figure things out and you will simply want to walk away, okay? So that's why a lot of people, they are finding it very difficult for them to detach from these relationships because there are some other things going on and they cannot simply just walk away. These are the signs to look out for. For most of you guys empaths who think you're most likely met the one, it's been a week, it's been 2 weeks, maybe a month or two, you ran into this person and maybe you kind of started dating. I want you to look out for these signs because there's a very big chance if this individual is a narcissist, there's a very big chance they are going to set up some traps for you, okay? These are the traps that are going to make it very difficult for you to leave those relationships. I want you to pay close attention to that individual, okay? These are like red flags as well. If you have met a person and they seem to be taking things very, very fast, okay? They just met you yesterday, maybe 2 days ago, and in the third day or maybe the fourth day, they want to jump into your bed. That is a very big sign. You may be dealing with a narcissistic individual. Remember, this person wants you for themselves. They are grooming you. They are doing everything they can to convince you that they are the right fit for you. So normally, they tend to be very, very fast in whatever it is they are doing. They want to jump very quickly into your bed. Even before they really know everything about you, they simply want to sleep with you on the first, second, maybe even the third day, okay? It's one of the reasons, the signs, the red flags. You could be dealing with a narcissistic individual. They don't have patience and they cannot wait. Everything has got to happen ASAP, okay? Number two, that you may be dealing with a narcissistic individual and they are setting a trap for you is when you have just met these individuals a couple of days, maybe 2, 3, 4 days, and for some mysterious reason, they're already in love with you in a couple of days, and they're talking about marriage. Now, remember, the narcissist is not marrying you for the right reasons. The narcissist is only marrying you for security. They want to secure you as a source of supply, okay? And the faster they do this, the better. So it's the reason as to why they go the extra length to propose marriages. You may sometimes see this individual proposing marriages. They may tell you, I'm so in love with you. I met you and I like you. You're so nice and everything. And all of a sudden, they are going to start buying engagement rings in the second week or even the third week. And they're going to tell you that, what, I see us getting married and, we're going to have all these kids and everything. So they're already proposing marriage at a very fast rate. They don't even know your father. They don't know your parents. They don't know your background, anything about you. They simply want to marry you as soon as possible. In a real relationship, I believe that a person could actually take their time, okay? So they don't have to think about those things of marriages and everything in a week or two, or maybe a month or two. Marriage is a lifetime commitment. So most of the times when you're talking about these kind of things, you have got to be really sure this is the real person you want to be with. The narcissist doesn't have any time to figure those things out. They want it to happen as soon as possible. If you have met a person who is proposing marriage very, very fast, in the first 2 weeks or probably in the first days, they're in love with you, they want to marry you, that's a red flag. They are setting you up for a trap. They know you guys will get married, and sometimes they know actually it's going to be very difficult for you to walk out of that marriage. So the deeper they trap you, the better for them, and the better it works for them on their hand as well. Number 3, how the narcissist sets you up in the trap, in those kind of entanglements, is when you will actually figure out this individual is trying to get you pregnant very fast. Okay, you're a woman out there, and you have met this guy 2 or 3 days ago, and the third day, probably the fourth day, they want to jump into your bed, they want to start sleeping with you, and they're not going to even think about protection. When it comes to a narcissist, they do not care about your health status. They don't even want to find out if you have sicknesses or any other STDs or stuff like that. They simply want to sleep with you without protection. And the reason for this is that they want to give you their babies, okay? They want to make you pregnant very, very fast. So a lot of times, people who have been trapped in these narcissistic relationships, one of the main reasons why they have found it very difficult to leave is because sometimes they have found out probably these people are toxic, they are narcissistic and everything, and sometimes they have got kids with them, maybe 2 or 3 kids in some cases. And it's very difficult, especially for the women, to just walk out of this relationship. They have got kids and they don't know where they need to go. They don't know what to do with the kids. Sometimes the kids have already gotten used to their fathers, and it's very difficult for them to walk away, okay? Those are some of the things they will do in the initial stages. You are going to figure out that these individuals, they are really trying to make you pregnant. They don't want to figure out how you guys are going to take care of the kids, any financial security. They don't want to know the details. They just want to get you as pregnant as soon as they can. If you're dealing with a person who is very fast trying to make you pregnant, ladies out there, be very careful. Those individuals that are trying to make you pregnant very fast, there may be a chance you could be dealing with a narcissist, okay? Another one that they usually do is to trap you into this kind of entanglements and relationships is something what you guys know as isolation, okay? They are usually going to isolate you from your friends and family. So when you start these relationships, what they will do, they will usually push away everybody that is around you. They will push away your aunties, they will push away your uncles. They will start sometimes intoxicating your mind against your own people, your family members, friends, and the people who really matter to you. Pay close attention, because the reason why they are really pushing you away, because they know should things go west, which eventually will happen, things will usually go west in those relationships. They don't want you to have any form of support, okay? So if you guys have had, for example, an argument in the night, they want it at that point whereby you have already fallen apart with your family members and friends. The immediate circles that could actually run into your rescue and help you, should need be, they have already pushed those people away. They are trying to intoxicate your mind. They are trying to poison you against your family members and friends, and they want those people very far away from you. That is because they want actually you for themselves, okay? They don't want any external interferences in those relationships. It's the reason as to why they are trying to isolate you so that you cannot call for help, okay? Should things go west, or maybe should you guys have an argument, they don't want you to seek any help outside of that relationship. They don't want you to call anyone and tell them what is going on. That is why they usually isolate their victims and set them up for abuse. So sometimes you will see later on in those relationships, when you have like struggling, okay, you started fighting, the abuse has kicked in, you're fighting and all the time struggling and shouting all around the house, you cannot pick a phone to call your family members because you have already been poisoned against those people, or they have poisoned those people against you, and now you cannot call anybody for support. So those are the things that sometimes the narcissist will do to trap their victims into those bogus, useless relationships because they want to have you for themselves. Another thing, which is a very common one that narcissists do, which I've also experienced, and I think also many people that I've talked with on the phone, those people will set you up for debt. Okay. Now, you see, in a relationship, we may be talking about things like, for example, you might have decided to buy a house. Okay. So you might have applied for a mortgage. You might even actually have gotten that mortgage. And in some case scenarios as well, you may sometimes have gone and taken out some car financing. Okay, so there's this car that you guys wanted and you've bought the car, maybe even two, and you've gone into car financing. So what the narcissist does, they calculate things that are going to be on a very long-term basis. So for example, you're talking about a mortgage that you're going to have to pay over 20 years. Okay, they are very quickly going to tell you that, you know what, it's better for us to get a mortgage very fast and let us buy this house and everything. And they are going to make sure that they do actually get that mortgage. And that mortgage usually, if it's not in your name, yes, sometimes it may be in both of your names, but usually they are setting you up because they know should the time reach and you are fed up with that relationship, you want to move, you want to leave, you're always going to think about this mortgage. Okay, this is the place that you guys have bought together, is the place where you live, and sometimes it's going to be very difficult for you to simply walk out of this kind of responsibilities. Okay, so they attach these financial responsibilities on your name as well, so that when it's time for you to leave, you cannot just leave and walk away from these financial obligations. So a lot of people who have been stuck in narcissistic relationships, also they are usually talking about, oh, you know, we have this mortgage, but I found out this person is a narcissist or this woman is a narcissist. And at the end of the day, they're also calculating, they're trying to figure out what are they going to do with the mortgage? How about the credits that they've taken from the bank, the loans they've taken from the bank? How about the car financing? So the narcissist wants always to put you in a very deep financial state whereby you will always have financial responsibilities on your name. So it is going to be very difficult for you to walk away from these kind of, obligations, because you, of course, have to figure out where you're going to live at the moment. You guys have separated, maybe your man out there. Where are you going to live? How are you going to leave this house behind? What about the mortgage and all those kind of responsibilities? That is what they do. The narcissist, when I was leaving the narcissist, they tried to set me up for car financing because the narcissist felt like this relationship was coming to the end. Okay, there was all the signs everywhere that there was all the writings on the wall that this relationship was coming to the end. So they wanted to find a way of how they can trap me actually even longer into that relationship. They tried the next child. That one didn't work out. I didn't fall for that. They also tried to go into car financing, okay? Whereby we could have to pay for the car probably for the next 3, 4, 5 years. And I also didn't fall for that because I figured out that this is another trap that they're setting up to make this relationship actually last longer in the abuse. Okay, so I didn't fall for that. A lot of you guys who are dealing with narcissists, pay close attention to these things I've told you. The person in that situation, be very careful. Any commitment you want to make with those individuals, make sure, try to verify they are the right people. Okay, there's no problem with having a mortgage with the right person, or getting car financing, or even sometimes taking some loans from the bank. Maybe you want to set up a business. There's no problem with that if you are dealing with the right person. Okay, the ones who have already done that, those mistakes, we know the consequences. Don't fall for it. It's a setup. It's a trap. The moment you want to leave, you have got a lot of these responsibilities behind you. You're looking at the kids. You're already married. Maybe sometimes you're pregnant and you've got this car financing. You've got mortgage. No family members are talking to you. You have got to understand that particular individual has already set you up in a trap. And it is very difficult for you to leave. That's where the problem comes, because you don't know what to do with yourself. Okay? You don't even know how to walk away from those kind of situationships. And this can happen also in sometimes family scenarios. Okay, your own parents can set you up in so many different kinds of ways. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, let us know in the comment section below. You always know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if there's something you want to talk about your own private situation, and I'll help you through it. Like the page, share and subscribe. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. There's about signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.